I thought it was too. I thought Spo was right on that.
Didn't get the call there. Let's see what Spo has to say post-game right now. His team losing to the New York Knicks, series at 3-2.
By 19 early and having to fight that.
I mean, I think the way you look at it is it's the playoffs, and we're playing against a good opponent, and nothing's easy in the playoffs. You have to earn everything. We expected, this to be tough, and they played well. Particularly, I think the game was in the balance in the first half, but they really, dominated those first 7 minutes of the third quarter. We fought back to get it to a possession game in the fourth quarter. Really felt that we needed to get it to at least a tie or 1 point or take the lead, and I think that could have changed things. But you have to give them credit. They made the plays when they needed to, and they also earned that 18, 19-point lead that they had in the third quarter. They played well. They played aggressive. Played off of it just didn't seem like we had a stop in the first 6 minutes. Maybe we might have had 2 stops in those first 6 minutes, and they capitalized on a lot of those things. But you give them credit, and Brunson is a great competitor. You have to respect that. We have great competitors in our locker room. This is what the playoffs are about. It's pure competition.
It seemed like a lot of the threes were pretty open. Do you like the way you guys are generating those shots?
Yeah, there were a bunch of wide open ones, but I think the tenor of the game, was probably more in their favor. That's the way the series is going. Who's winning those ball in the air, ball on the floor, the plays in between, just the big muscle areas. I didn't see a box score, but the energy, multiple effort game. It wasn't like they annihilated us in that game, but I would objectively say they beat us to the ball, and were more aggressive. They got to the free throw line a lot more. They're attacking the basket, those kind of things, and the game usually rewards the aggressors. And like I said, it wasn't an avalanche in their favor, but the playoffs are tough, and would that have changed things if we knocked down a few of those open looks? Potentially could have. But you got to find a way to win, even if you're not knocking down those wide open threes. I do like that we were generating open ones. That's tough to do in the playoffs, but you got to find a different way to win.
You mentioned the start of that third quarter seemingly being decisive and how you felt the game turned. Why do you think they were able to make that run there and stretch it to 19?
Kind of what I was just, articulating. I feel like I'm repeating myself. We didn't. I don't know, but it seemed like we had 2 or 3 stops in the first 6 minutes, and they capitalized on those. It was unusual. I had to call 2 timeouts in the first 6 minutes, and they took it from there. But we fought back, and games are long, but we're never able to fully get over the hump.
Erik, obviously, Jimmy struggled a little bit with his scoring. Obviously, Quentin Grimes had much to do with that. Were you guys expecting that from him to kind of make it tougher? What did you just see from him that made it tough for Jimmy to kind of get going a bit?
Yeah, it's the playoffs. So sometimes you're not going to get all the clean looks, that you would like. When you got to figure out, how to get the job done, even if you win it ugly. And you have to credit them, defensively. Both sides, it's team defense. You're not like on an island. Either way, where you're just able to go to work, on somebody and just pick on a matchup. Both teams are well schooled, well drilled, and have a kind of competitive spirit. So you got to work the game and make plays. At the end of the day, we had opportunities to make some plays. Offensively, I think we got good, clean looks. Those are the right reads. Weren't able to knock enough of those down, so you got to figure out a different way to win. and we weren't able to do that tonight.
You started Jimmy in the fourth. Typically, his rest. The Knicks played Grimes and Brunson all 48 minutes. So we're at that point of the year now.
Yes.
And was that your thought process in starting Jimmy in the fourth, unlike what we've pretty much always seen?
We had finally a little bit of momentum there at the end of the third quarter. I did have an inclination to maybe get him out at some point, but I think that fourth quarter was probably the best quarter of the game both ways. I just wanted to see if we could take the lead and see if that momentum would change, but we were never able to do that.
Coach, do you feel like they were a little bit more deliberate offensively in who they wanted to attack on your end? Do you feel like
It's not a shocker what they're going to try to do,
do you feel like you guys were maybe a little bit on your heels more defensively than you have been in previous games?
Yeah, the activity level, just figuring out how to get the job done defensively. I think that's one of our greatest characteristics. Defensively, the competitive nature. Yeah, there's schematics. We'll work on X and O's. We'll have some kind of strategy. But at the end of the day, we have incredible competitors in the locker room. You just figure out how to get the job done. And we're facing, a very good team that have a similar competitive spirit. And Brunson, was relentless. He played 48 minutes, played the entire game, and he was attacking. And it's not like there's like a unknown playbook. Yeah, they're calling up certain things. We've been dealing with that all year, all playoffs. We can figure out how to get that done.
Is he tougher than usual just because you could feel like you stopped him on a drive, but it's not over until basically he gives the ball up?
Yeah, he has a great competitive will. So he's going to continue, to attack. He's going to continue to try to manipulate defense. He's aggressive. He's physical, but he also knows how to, draw fouls. And he's clever. So he has that combination. So be it. You have to respect him as a competitor, and then find a way to get the job done. And he was able to get the job done. Make those big important plays, and we'll work on making sure that we overcome whatever is coming. This is the playoffs, so you got to expect A games, and we can beat teams when they bring their A game. We can still find a way to win, but we weren't able to do that tonight. All right, thank you.